Hello, friends and followers. Well, this is a trusty or trusted Drake MN-2700 antenna tuner. This thing I think is rated at 2,000 watts. So I bought this used off of eBay about 1.5 years ago, and it's been serving me well. However, I didn't have any luck with this unit getting it to tune my antenna on 40 meters like it used to. It would simply not allow me to negate the SWR. So I thought maybe my new transmitter was putting out spurious frequencies. This little guy here was putting out crud, which didn't resonate. So I tried the T4XB, and sure enough, the same issue. So I took this thing apart, and so I'll show you the insides of it. It's built like a tank, as you would expect from Drake. These large tuning capacitors are beyond marvel. They're huge. Anyway, so what did I do to fix this thing? Well, I found a couple of these screws here holding these large assemblies on were a bit loose, so I tightened these up. They were, I mean, not terribly loose, but they weren't tight. Did that. I cleaned out all these wafers in here, which was painful, but this back antenna switch wafer was really filthy, so I gave it a good cleaning. And this tap wafer switch was also pretty crummy, but in fact, one of these has, it has green stuff on it, so you can see that little grounding thing there has some green crap growing on it, so you always gotta wonder, this stuff gets stored in conditions that are moist. So at any rate, I wouldn't say this thing's in great condition as far as the switches, but did my best to tighten things up. So I noticed points of contact between the metal. This screw back here on this large coil doesn't look too good. You can see that screw. I couldn't tighten it, nor did I want to break anything. It looks like they might have put something on there, or else it's dirt or something, but I thought about dropping some solder on there to solder it, but I didn't do that. The switch here looked fine as far as solder connections. And this part here is contentious, so you can see this really grubby looking connection there. I was trying to solder this. There's a little lug they had just sitting here that wasn't doing anything, a little lug under here that I kind of bent that lug over and was trying to solder it on to the strip of coil, but I couldn't get enough heat. It wouldn't work. Anyway, attempted that. I cleaned up these switches here, which are the front switches. I don't think that made any difference, and I tightened up everything I could on the bottom, grounds and all that. So the thing started working again. I'm not sure what really happened to it, but just tighten things up. That makes one heck of a difference. Maybe one of these was loose, I don't know, but I figure after years and years of people twisting these coils back and forth, maybe this stuff does come loose. So that's my story. That's all calibration over there. I'm not gonna touch any of that. I suppose that works fine. Anyway, that's the inside of one of these. In case you are curious, a Drake MN-2700. Good for 2,000 shimoleons, I mean watts. So that's the story here. The bottom of this thing, I guess, speaks for itself. There isn't much on the bottom. I just tightened up what I could see. And it wasn't about take the bottom off. This thing really is not easy to take apart. And the other problem I found was the knobs themselves are plastic and they're breaking. You can see the plastic is broken there, but it's not falling apart yet on these knobs. So I guess I'll put the case back on and try this thing out and call it a day. So yeah, the story of the Drake antenna tuner MN-2700. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.